have different careers that you've done in the past. That I mean, coming from Yuma, like Efren had said that you had grown up in Yuma, and coming from the past career that you had before, which was for the public, you know.
Yeah.
How did that process start on that end?
So I mean, the think wasn't that big, right? Like we come from, it's a small town where we come from, and like there's only a few routes that we're cognizant of.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, you become a cop, you become a CO, you become a firefighter, a police officer, or a teacher, you know, something like that, right? And I became a firefighter, you know, when I was down there in Yuma, and I started paying attention to one of my captains actually. So it's not like I wish I could say no, bro. I planned out like the path, and it's like no, it just happened to I overheard a conversation that sounded interesting.
Yeah.
And I think I was just, you know, lucky enough and smart enough at the moment to catch it. I was like, all right, let's look into that. But my captain was talking about investments and stocks, right? It was like investments. What does that mean? Like at this point, I'm 20 years old. I'm not. You know, it's not like I've looked into anything else outside of the world that I know. You know, just firefighting was the coolest thing. Yeah. So it's like he got me thinking in a different way. So it just kind of shifted my thought process, right? So and I think that's one of the biggest things. Like we got to plant the seed of the next thing, and that to me, like, oh wow, like okay, so there's stocks. Like you can put money into, you know, this certain place. And it'll give you money back, like without me working. I was like, oh shit. Okay,
yeah, what's
cool.
the catch?
Yeah, what's the catch? and then you start like, you know, thinking about other stuff, and I started just kind of paying attention to different opportunities, because of that initial seed, right, that was planted. But in my head, like I wasn't raised with like the
know-how.
Yeah, like the know-how, the entrepreneur spirit, single moms. Mm-hmm. Like my mom was always working, so I was always like home alone and just kind of in my own, you know, world. I've always been social, so I got, you know, hanging out with people and everything, but I didn't have that father figure to follow. I didn't have, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's easy to get lost in your own thoughts, and worst of all, it's easy to get lost in your own little universe, right? Where the think is not, it's not that big.
Yeah.
And I feel like I got lucky, and I started paying attention to people who were around me, and I felt they were good. Like I just got good energies from them.